J&D, the P Legacy. Is it even recording? I really have no idea, okay? Literally, I see nothing on the screen right now. It's gonna freak me up. Hey, guys! You didn't hear all that singing, right? Of course you didn't. I'm gonna assume not. So anyway, welcome to another episode of Let's Play J&D, the P Legacy. And you're probably wondering, wait a minute. Did we just start exactly where we left off before? Well, first off, I'm not going to answer that question. It will probably be explained in this video. I just won't bring it up. I will, however, continue on with what I was talking about beforehand, about my subscribers, or at least what I consider the first 30. Because the first 30, I've noticed, they really do not care what I do. I mean, there are like a couple that are like truly dedicated, and they show it by commenting. I'm talking to you, Becky, for pause on that, and I really appreciate that. And then of course I have a couple of my friends who, of course, they do watch what I do, because they were in it. But of course, that's only one of them. The other ones are like, yeah, you uploaded a video, great. I'm not gonna watch it, but good on you. But you're in it. Okay. That's good to know. Hey, by the way, when are we gonna meet up for more recording of the parts? Yeah. So, and then there was another thing that there wasn't really that much to bring up on that one, but there is another thing that I wanted to bring up. Yep. And when I was talking about songs I had on my iPod, and I sort of wanted to discuss on that, but I kind of forgot, so I'm gonna bring it up. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, like with the previous thing, then go to the previous video. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea if I even continue in the first place. But I will ever, this is something I actually did want to continue on, was how I categorize my songs on my iPod. And the iPod I'm talking about is the one which features all my pony-related music. Now, that's pretty of a broad term when you get down to it, so I'm gonna break it down to what songs I have. Okay, I have vocal music, and by vocal music I mean like brony musicians, and of course they sing or rap in this case, or sing and rap, a combination of them, you know, with like collaborations and all that. I could name a few artists if you really want to know, but due to time constraint, I'm going to go and continue on. Then I have instrumental music, which basically is broken up into either one or two categories. Either one, it's completely like instrumental, and for the most part, people could like bitch and moan and say, yeah, because of the instrumental, I just do not feel the pony in it. And I don't think that many people actually feel it too, unless they actually know the backstory behind it and the song. Otherwise, it just won't get to me, because I've read comments like that, and that kind of does surprise me. But you know, to each its own, I guess. Yes. And the other category I have for instrumental is basically when it's instrumental music, but they slice up dialogue or to a certain extent, like a certain line from a song from the show itself. So, and of course, it's called Pony Slice. Pony Slice. Oh God, I'm hungry for Pizza Hut. Shit. And I meant Pony Splice. Which basically, if you know what splice is, as far as like taking something that's being said and putting it in some sort of musicalized remix, or using it some sort of instrumentalness, and that's like some sort of a backbeat to it, then that's basically what I'm talking about. Only with ponies. So, and then I also have the remixes. I try to keep it separate away because I'm just weird like that. And then there's then I have a separate category. Now, this separate category, technically it could be in my other iPod, which has all those random songs in there that I have on there. And it's basically just regular songs. I mean, from when you listen to it, you're like, okay, why'd you put this song in here? I can understand the instrumental ones because after reading the titles for it, I'm like, okay, I can see sort of that. I just maybe, but you're talking about these songs. Like, why is Coldplay? Like, why is this certain artist? Why do you have 50 Cent? Why do you have Katy Perry? Why do you even have Common? Why do you have these certain artists in your ponyfied iPod that you call it? And how does that relate to Pony, for instance? And I can only explain to you in one of two ways. Either A, it was used in a very clever PMV, but I choose them very carefully. I only choose the ones that actually have like dialogue from the show, or there was some sort of altercation, like for instance, when I have Simple and Clean in there, and of course at the end it has, and I talked about it in the previous video of that, which now I think I'm starting to repeat myself. Oh crap, it's a fucking paradox. Okay, think of something very Swan and I are the same person, just in different countries. Fuck, that's not what I meant. We're in Rock Canyon. We just got through the lava gorge thingy, which was actually pretty easy. Rock Canyon itself, basically, since I realized that it would be weird to cut it off here since we're in a new section, I might as well just get all the precursor orbs in Rock Canyon before I move on to the next section that I will go to, which you'll see me sort of go there, but not entirely there. Yeah. Don't really have that much to say on that for this instance. I still wish I could hear what was going on there, so I can at least say, oh yes, I know. Apparently the sages are apparently missing for some reason. I don't know, maybe they're kidnapped or something like that. And we need to open up war portals. But unfortunately, there's this motherfucker who's like throwing all these fire fucking rocks, and of course the one person who could do it, he's too much of a fucking coward. So we need to get power cells in order to make sure that we move the rock, and maybe the hero will do it, or something along those lines. Yeah. I guess I can talk about some other stuff that I did. I bought the Ratchet and Clank collection, the HD collection, which I was kind of surprised on how it was packaged. Not because of like what artwork that they used, for instance. That did not surprise me. That was just me checking the time. But it wasn't the packaging that thing. It was the rating itself. Like, the rating went down to an E10 because of course it's covering the first 3 Jak and Daxter games. The first 3 Ratchet and Clank games. Fuck. It covers the first 3 Ratchet and Clank games. So Ratchet and Clank, Going Commando, and Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, which includes the multiplayer. And I found it hilarious that they toned it all down to rated E10. And then I thought of a stupid thing, like, wait, couldn't they do that with the Jak series? And then I realized, nope, based on the way that was going, oh crap, I almost died. I'm gonna have to stay near the shallow end where the rocks are, since apparently that fish thingy can't jump me when there's rocks. Yes. I guess another random thing that I did was, because occasionally, what I used to do, and I still do, is I would try to find music that I hear in like commercials or through Adult Swim bumps. Of course, the Adult Swim bumps thing, that sort of is semi-covered, where there's a website that literally keeps track of all the bumps of Adult Swim shows, and keeps track of what songs were used and what were not used in the process, and it's really fun. Oh, Precursor BASIN, we might go there next. Anyway, and of course there was this one commercial. It was the commercial for the new HQ laptop, and it's this little dubstep remix of this one song where this girl's saying promises. So I go, I look it up. I was pretty damn bored. I was waiting for LB videos to render, and of course I find it, and I'm like, oh wow, and then I did the most stupidest facepalm. I realized that I've listened to it before, only it was the Skrillex dubstep remix. And yeah, I could not believe I didn't recognize it from that. I guess because I was too busy listening to the Skrillex drop that came with the song, which doesn't really surprise me that much. But still, it was like a total facepalm on that. But I still technically do that. That's basically what my other iPod basically is made of. It's made of random songs. Usually not so much mainstream songs. I do have oldies in there. I have a lot of 80s songs in my other iPod. It's become its own category itself. It literally becomes that. But yeah. Let's see. As far as when I talk about the whole fanfics thing, it's sort of, not saying I've caught into a rut, but I've caught into a matter of just school itself. It's preventing me from like finishing these. Apparently I'm doing 2 fanfics. I mentioned before in previous episodes, but I'm going to bring it up again. And due to school itself, it's caused me to I won't necessarily slow down and cause me not really send things in. Mostly because of that, I'm still getting adjusted to the classes itself, and that was a very pointless death. But then again, it's not. What's weird though is I'm not doing like some of the things I'm doing just to extend the time itself. I mean, sure, it may seem like as if I do, but to be honest, I only checked the time twice, and that was after I took care of a lot of cabin, and that was right after I went out of the other sage's hut, I guess, and began trekking to get the other precursor orbs around here, and of course, what you're seeing is just me trying to get some other precursor orbs. It's sort of a daunting thing. I would do editing, but you know, I'm kind of lazy on the whole editing thing itself. Well, mostly because of the fact that I want to do an editing project just one at a time. I'm currently still doing the one editing thing, which has to do with Sonic 06, but I can't really do it right now because I'm too busy trying to upload videos on a timely schedule. Luckily, during the Labor Day that comes up, I will be able to quite literally get that, finally be able to get that finished. I will be able to, since there's still so many episodes to choose from through the editing process. It's gonna be weird. I did have some random thoughts of what I wish I could do. And one of the things I wanted to do was to make a PMV on this one Gorilla song that's never been done before. And I do mean never been done before. In fact, it's one of those like Gorilla songs that only a certain amount of people know. And by a certain amount of people, I mean the ones that actually truly listen to Gorillaz. Because basically, they are basically one of my favorite bands that no one seems to really care for except for either the song Feel Good Inc. I would count Dare, but that's sort of a stretch. Maybe the album Demon Days, and then just that's it. And I have all of Gorillaz songs, including the ones that were just released as like EP singles, and like occasional songs where they basically teamed up with another artist, but was just released as a single underneath the other artist's name. And I cannot believe how that worked. I have no idea, like, how does a punch go faster than a roll? But then again, after looking at him, I realized, yeah, that doesn't surprise me now. And then the rest of it is just me trying to figure out, like, which one should I give the 90 precursor orbs to? Since again, these people are holding these precursor orbs hostages, and they want me to pay them off with precious precursor orbs that will probably go extinct or rarely being found as years go by, just to get these power cells that are the key to succeeding in our quest to find the sages and, I guess, fill a fucking prophecy as the oracle pertains. I mean, really, I think it will be a pretty fucking twist. I mean, I still wish they would do a Jack 4, but it would still be a pretty big twist if you find out that the oracle is none other than future Jack. Jack. But he's like old and he's like, and his voice is like pre-recorded, so whenever Jack goes up to the oracle, the first set of pre-recordings comes in is like, "Ah, so it's you, the hero, the chosen one, who will go and save us. Yeah. Oh, and I will need some precursor orbs, so that way you can get a power cell and fulfill your destiny." And if I was Jack, I'd be like, wait a minute. If I'm supposed to fulfill this destiny, I need those things. Why do you need precursor orbs? Shut up and give me precursor orbs. 120 to be exact. But I'm gonna need a total of 240 in order to get him out. Okay, fine. I paid off the oracle. Oh yeah, there's other statues of me, and you're gonna have to pay the same amount. Okay, apparently precursor orbs are so common nowadays. Yeah, it probably won't happen in the future. What was that? Nothing at all. Oh, look at here. It's the great hero that basically scootalooed his way out. And now he's a loser. Which, by the way, Scootaloo is not a loser. And she never will be. So shut up. Bunch of haters. Anyways. Move the boulder. With that doohickey. Which reminds me of something Jack 2 related. Not really. So many paradoxes. So little time. Unfortunately, we may never get a Jack 4. Well, what about that Jack game, The Lost Frontier? That's not Jack 4. That was Jack from an alternate dimension. Are you sure? I mean, it's pretty... No. Because last time I checked, Jack got together, and it wasn't with Kira. I'm pretty sure. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Kind of wish I had more to talk about. I mean, I talked about the two things I mainly want to talk about, and I brought up some other random stuff that I didn't feel the need to bring up. Yeah. Adventure Time is such an awesome show. It's I wouldn't say it's a good time to watch when I'm not watching ponies, because I was watching Adventure Time before I was watching ponies, and they have basically become the two most watched shows I've ever been watching, followed by some other shows that appear on other stations, like Breaking Bad, but that's it to a core. I guess I can talk about like some of the things I thought about. I actually thought about doing a couple of specials itself. I know, I just segued my way to that. And what just happened to the screen? Like, what was that? Literally, what was that? That surprised me to no end. I'm like, what just happened? Like, what? Like, first we're in the middle of like seeing Jack, victory thing, Daxter doing the robot. All of a sudden, it like does a quick cut to that, and I'm like, wait, what? did it just catch that? And then I rewatched. I'm like, it fucking caught that. What was that? Whoa, that has not happened. Wow, that was wows. Wowie, wow. Obscure reference number 783. Yes. Who doesn't like obscure reference number 783? It beats out obscure reference number 782 when life gives you lemons, make beef stew, because, you know, barely anyone watched that reference. As far as I'm aware of. But anyway, back to the specials I was talking about. The specials I had in mind, oh my gosh, I could die, but I'm so close to these reefs, it probably wouldn't matter. Anyways, back to the specials. I'm just sidetracking my way out of sidetrackception. Oh look, I got the... Anyway, I thought about doing like showing off my anime collection. Then I realized, wow, that is, yeah. First off, even though I do have a decent amount of animes to show off, people will start to question my agenda as to which ones I buy and which ones I don't buy. Which I've clearly stated on that one. I also talk about the, I can also do a manga collection, because I have so many mangas that if I got the anime for each of the mangas I have, I will have a bookshelf of animes. Now it will probably be as much as my friend Vocaloid MMW. Sorry, dude, I can't remember your new name off the top of my head. I mean, I recognize your old YouTube names, but I can't seem to recognize yours. Like, off the top of my head. I really need to memorize that more. Like, really. I could say, hey, check out There Is No Title. If you really like to hear my smexy voice among two other people that I'm saying they're my friends, and they are my friends, don't question that. Then you'll love There Is No Title. Where we're basically we'll do the LPs that I didn't choose. They choose it. So yeah. Anyway, this being almost over. So anyway, this has been COMPUTEROSIS. If you like what you see, comment, rate, subscribe, watch some other of my other OPs. I'll be seeing you there. We're going on a road trip. Wow. Okay, we're good? Okay. Great, because I need to start recording the next part. Actually, I need to start typing up the fanfic so that we can release them for the contest. Yeah. I'm gonna enter it. Yeah, the fanfic's fucked up. It's gonna